Hi, my name is Lauren Gray. Welcome to Ask Lauren. Today's question is from Ian, and he writes, "Hey Lauren, I really love your blogs. They make a lot of sense." Awesome. I'm 39 years old and I'm engaged to a woman I adore. Here's my problem. She nags me all the time. I want to be there for her, but it feels like she's always demanding so much time and energy. I know you're supposed to compromise in a relationship, but it seems like I'm making all the sacrifices and I'm starting to feel like this relationship is one-sided. I want to spend my life with her, but I know this isn't sustainable. What can I do? Hi, Ian. It sounds like you've got resentment flu. And you're right, it isn't sustainable. So today I'm going to show you how to get rid of resentment so that you can enjoy your relationship again. Before we dive in, I want to be completely transparent. Clearing resentment is often a many-layered process. What I'm sharing with you in this blog is a great first step. For some men and women, this first step is enough, especially if you're in a new relationship. For others, there's more work to be done. But let's take the first important step, shall we? The first step to any recovery is a diagnosis. So let's figure out, how do you know if you have resentment flu? Resentment enthusiastically takes over anytime you feel like you're giving more than you're getting in a relationship. There's a big stigma around the word resentment. No one wants to own that they feel resentful. It doesn't feel particularly flattering, I understand. But when you take the word out of the mix and just identify the feeling that you get when you're giving so much, but you're not getting the same love, appreciation, and effort that you're putting forth, that feeling becomes a lot more relatable and a lot more approachable. I mean, have you ever felt like you give more than you get? I have. So when you look at your partner and think, they're not pulling their weight around here, that's the number one clue you've been infected with resentment flu. Own it. Now you have the power to get rid of it. Right now, you feel resentful because it seems like you're making all the sacrifices and doing all the work. You genuinely want to be there for her, but the reality is she's draining all your resources, time, and energy. It's normal at this stage to think that that is her fault. After all, you're doing so much for her. You're sacrificing so much for the relationship. You're doing everything right? And instead of giving you a break or offering to help you with your stuff, she keeps nagging you for more support and attention. So this is her fault, right? Wrong. Here's the relationship secret no one tells you. Saying no to your partner is sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your relationship. Sounds crazy, right? But here's the logical breakdown. She asks you for something, demands something from you, or needs you for something, and you say yes because you love her and you want to be there for her. You want to be a good partner. Except it's not really loving at all because you hold it against her later. You resent her for making you do that thing. Instead of bringing you closer together in intimacy, your romantic sacrifice is actually just wedging an ice-cold wall between you. It's not her fault you said yes. It's unfair and unjust to blame your partner for something you chose to do. Ultimately, if you don't have it to give and you give it anyway, and then you get mad at her, you're the asshole, not her. You give what you can give with love. Anything else isn't being a good partner. It's being an asshole. That goes for men and women. We need to learn how to say no to each other for the sake of our relationships. But what about compromise, you might ask? That's like one of the most famous and widely agreed upon relationship concepts ever. And what about romantic sacrifice? We see that in movies all the time. Isn't that a thing? Sacrifice is a very misunderstood concept in relationships. On the one hand, we see it as romantic. On the other hand, we see it as the dark side of compromise and the source of resentment flu. The root cause of this misunderstanding can be found in our gender differences. Let me show you. Romantic sacrifice for men. The act of sacrifice releases the hormone testosterone. Releasing testosterone for men lowers their stress levels. It feels good. When a man has enough testosterone, sacrifice for his partner feels heroic, grand, sexy, and romantic. Think about how it made you feel in the beginning of your relationship when you gallantly offered her your jacket when it got cold. She was warm, you were cold, you had every right to be miserable, and yet you felt on top of the world. That's hormones for you. However, when you don't have sufficient levels of testosterone, sacrifice doesn't make you feel good. In fact, it only makes you feel more depleted. Too much sacrifice on an empty stomach over time leads to resentment flu. Now let's look at romantic sacrifice for women. This is kind of an oxymoron because when a woman sacrifices her needs for her partner, there's nothing romantic about it. This has nothing to do with women being more selfish, far from it. The reality is simply that releasing testosterone doesn't have the same stress-reducing, feel-good effect on women that it has on men. However, women get a huge hormonal benefit from giving to their partner from a place of abundance. Women are givers, lovers, nurturers, and when we are giving from a place of fullness, we are releasing the hormone oxytocin, which lowers our stress and feels really good to us. When women give from a place of stress or scarcity, it becomes a sacrifice, and over time will lead to resentment flu. Read my blog to learn 2 simple steps you can take action on today to get rid of resentment and enjoy your relationship again. This is for men and for women. Also, for men, you'll learn how to increase your testosterone for maximum feel-good effect. And for women, you'll learn how to fill your tank so that you can give from a place of true loving abundance every time. Did you like this video? Please use the social sharing buttons and share it with your friends. And if you want more free resources, plus special insights and offers from me that I only share in email, hop on over to marsvenus.com and sign up for email updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Ask Lauren. You have to record me, honey. I'm a star. You have to record me all the time. You don't know when there's gonna be gold. Take back your mink. Take back your pearls. What made you think that I was one of those girls? There's a lot of words in my mouth.